I'm going to your place this weekend as planned.
It's been 3 years since you've been home. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
By the way, Harry is on a business trip?
Yes, he is. He won't be back for another week.
He's as busy as ever.
Yes, he is. But because he's working so hard at a big firm, we seem to get by pretty well. He's a good son.
So it's just you and Sally at home now.
Yes, that's right.
By the way, are you and Sally getting along?
What? Why that all of a sudden?
You know, Harry and Sally got married and suddenly started living with you. I guess he was worried about you, so he decided they should live with you. I figured because they just got married that they would rent an apartment and live together.
Don't worry. We're just like mother and daughter.
I'm glad to hear that.
It's just that, well, Sally, she's a bit laid back. She's not very considerate.
Is that so?
Well, don't worry. I'll gently instruct her on how to be a suitable member of the family.
I see.
Nancy, if you have time to worry about others, why don't you find someone to marry? You're already over 35. At this rate, you'll be single for the rest of your life.
I know. But you're single too.
Hey, don't go there. I'm not single because I want to be.
Then don't go there either.
Oh, for crying out loud. You're as sassy as ever.
Like mother, like daughter. See you later.
Hey, Sally. I'm on my way home now. Of course, dinner is ready, right?
What?
Oh my goodness. Don't tell me you haven't made anything for dinner.
Oh, well, you told me you were having dinner with friends tonight. I haven't seen my friends from school in a while. We ate out tonight.
Huh? Why did you just go and do something like that? One of my friends has some urgent business. The dinner party was cancelled.
Well, even so, if you'd called a little earlier, I could have prepared something for you.
I'm starving. I want you to make something now.
I understand that, but it's too late to go shopping for anything. Can I just make something with what we've got at home?
What? What are you talking about? Go out and go shopping right now.
Oh no.
I'm in the mood for beef stew tonight.
Excuse me?
I'll be home in about 30 minutes. You have beef stew ready and on the table by the time I get home. Do you understand me?
That's impossible. Just going to the supermarket to buy some beef will take 30 minutes.
What is that? Could it be? Are you challenging me, your mother-in-law?
No, it's nothing like that.
You're really useless. Why did Harry choose a woman like you to marry? You're ugly and uncaring. Your cooking is terrible, and you're a lousy cleaner. On top of that, you don't listen to your mother-in-law. It's meaningless to have you around.
Oh, that's just awful. I'm doing my best to please you.
Your best? Don't be silly. You just refused to cook me dinner.
No, it's not that I refused. It's just that you insist on making me do impossible things.
That's enough. You get out of my house right now.
What?
A no-good wife like you. Just looking at your face irritates me. I don't even want to breathe the same air as you.
Oh my goodness.
I'll have you and Harry divorced.
Oh, wait a minute. Just because Harry isn't home, don't go deciding things on your own.
Oh, Harry is a motherly boy. He'll do whatever I decide.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Leave your wallet.
Why?
Because if you stay in a hotel, kicking you out of the house wouldn't mean anything.
Don't tell me you want me to sleep in a park.
Yes.
Oh, give me a break. Sleeping outside at this time of year is crazy. I lost my parents and I don't have a home to go back to. All my relatives live far away. Without money, I can't even eat.
You don't have to worry about not eating for a few days. If you need water, there's a tap at the park.
Oh my.
You probably just wanted Harry for money anyway. I'm not letting you back in our house. Until you straighten up.
It was never about money.
Don't lie to me. My ex-husband is the president of a company, and his parents have a great house. You were targeting my son, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
Listen to me. If you don't get out of my house by the time I get back, I don't know what I'll do. And leave your wallet behind. Of course, taking the money out and leaving it behind is not acceptable.
Okay, I understand. Sally, long time no see. I'd like to ask you something. Is this a good time? It's been a while, Nancy. What is it? Actually, I just saw you near my parents' house. Oh, you did? I was so surprised. You shouldn't be asking money from people passing by. You were dressed so shabbily. You look like a homeless person. Actually, I'm kind of homeless. And no. You've got such a gorgeous house, you can't be homeless. You are a winner for marrying my brother. After all, he works for a big company. And he lives in a house that my father just rebuilt a few years ago. Well, my parents are divorced. It might be a little awkward to live with my mother. Nancy? Actually, I haven't eaten anything for 3 days. What? What do you mean? Your mother kicked me out of the house. In addition, she told me to leave my wallet. What? You're kidding. It's true. Is that why you were begging? I know it's embarrassing, but I can't live without doing so. What did he say? I thought you and my mother were getting along well. In front of you and Harry, she changes her attitude. When it's just the two of us, she yells at me all the time. No matter how hard I tried to do my chores, she'd always complain. She even told me to divorce Harry. 3 days ago, she kicked me out with nothing but my clothes on. I can't believe it. I can't believe you're being bullied. Harry's salary is taken care of by his mother. She also took away my bank book and cash card, so I was always without money. I see. With your bank book taken away, it must be difficult to make electronic payments with your smartphone. Yes. Sally, you're in a terrible situation. Why didn't you let my brother know? He's working so hard and I didn't want him to worry. I can't tell him the truth. And even if I did, I don't know if he would believe me. You're not the kind of person that would lie. I believe you. I'm sorry I made fun of you earlier, calling you homeless. I know you've been through a lot. Nancy? Sally, leave everything to me. What? Actually, I have to go back to my parents' house today. But before that, I have to help you. I'm going over to where you are again now.
Sally, it's been 3 days since you left home. I'm sure you're getting tired of staying in the wild. You left without your wallet. I'm sure you must be feeling a bit strapped.
Good evening. I'm comfortable this evening, thank you.
Oh, wow. You had to sleep outside in this cold weather. You've got guts, don't you? Actually, my daughter Nancy is coming home after a long time. Your presence would be disturbing. You'll have to stay out there for a while longer, okay?
Thanks for getting me a motel room, Sally. Even lending me money. For the first time in 3 days, I had a warm meal. And I was able to take a bath. I feel like I'm back to life. Oh, I'll pay you back the money I borrowed as soon as possible. Don't worry about that. Just rest well. Okay. Thank you very much. And I've contacted Harry. What an insensitive guy. He never even noticed at all that you were being bullied, even though you are living under the same roof. But I guess he wouldn't. It's my fault for not telling him. Did he apologize to you? Yes, he did. He called me in tears, saying he was sorry. He told his boss what happened. He'll be able to come back here tomorrow before afternoon. Oh, that's great! Well, then I guess we'll start the plan tomorrow afternoon. My mother's going out of town tomorrow morning to see her favorite actor in the play. Great. Thanks again for everything. Good morning, Mother. I overslept and didn't notice. I see you've already left.
Yes, I did. I'm so excited to see my favorite guy that I woke up early. Nancy, take care of the house while I'm gone.
What time will you be back?
Oh, I don't know. Around 7 p.m., I think.
Okay, have fun. Sally, now's your chance. My mom has no idea what's going on. She left without a care in the world. Got it. I'll be there soon.
Hey, Nancy, where are you? I just got back. All of Harry and Sally's stuff is gone. You were home the whole time, weren't you? What the hell happened while I was out? Hey, Nancy. Anyway, get back here now.
I'm not going home ever again.
Huh? What are you talking about?
And by the way, Sally and Harry, they're never going back there either.
What? What do you mean? If it were just Sally, but Harry too? I don't understand.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand, would you? Why did everyone leave?
Huh?
Me, Sally, and Harry. We're all angry.
Angry? Why?
I'm so dumbfounded. You really don't understand anything, do you?
I don't know what's going on.
You were a bully, weren't you? Kicking her out of the house in the cold without even giving her money? That's beyond insane.
Huh? Oh, well then. She told you, didn't she?
I contacted her. Sally was begging people on the street. I was curious, so I texted her. Then she told me she was being horribly bullied by you.
Don't call me a bully. It's just that she's so incompetent. I was just trying to educate her.
What do you mean, educate? You said you didn't want dinner. Then you tried to force her to make beef stew? And when she refuses, you get upset and start making a fuss about it. And then when she refuses, you get upset and kick her out into the cold.
Ugh, if it's just that.
By the way, Mom, why do you think I was coming back home after all this time?
What? Weren't you just making a visit home?
No, I wasn't. I went home to ask you to vacate the house.
Vacate? What do you mean?
You know that the house and land are still in Dad's name, right? When you guys divorced 3 years ago, you were supposed to move out of the house, but you refused for this reason or that. So Dad had no choice but to give in and allow you to live in the house for $800 rent.
What? Rent?
I knew you'd have forgotten about it.
I thought this house had been given to me by my ex-husband.
Up to now, Harry had been paying $6,000 for rent and I've been paying $2,000.
Oh.
But now the house is on the market.
It's for sale?
Dad's getting remarried, and he plans to live at his new wife's family's house. He doesn't need that house anymore.
Even if he says he doesn't need it, my son's family and I live there. It's completely unacceptable for him to go and decide to sell without discussion.
It's his house.
Oh, come on.
Of course, Father didn't want you to leave right away. He asked me to first convince you that you needed to leave. But when I came and found out that you were bullying her, there was no need to give you time to leave. After talking it over with Dad, we first got Harry and Sally out of there.
I beg your pardon?
Next, I need you to leave.
This is not funny. That man left me and is living with another woman. Do you know how disappointed I was when I found out after the divorce? And now he wants to take the house away from poor little me. I'm never going to leave.
It's your fault that he left in the first place. He couldn't stand your selfishness anymore. Besides, he met his fiancée after he divorced you.
Ugh.
The house needs to be vacant by next month. So get your things together and be out by the end of the month.
Then where am I supposed to go? I don't even have a family home to go back to.
Don't worry. I found you a live-in job.
Oh, give me a break. I've only ever been a stay-at-home mom. I'll never be able to work now.
But there's no one to take care of you anymore. You'll have to work for yourself.
Oh, no. Nancy, you take care of me. If I can't depend on Harry and Sally, I'll go live with my daughter, you.
That's not possible. I'm getting married soon.
Huh?
The man who will be my husband is a foreigner, and we've decided to live in his hometown, so living together is absolutely impossible.
What? What is that? How can you decide to get married without my permission?
I was actually going to introduce him to you, but not decided to. I can't believe someone like you is my mother. It's too embarrassing.
I won't allow you to get married.
You're the one who told me to get married as soon as possible, aren't you, Mother? Well then, I'm busy, so I'll leave you to it.
Wait a minute, Nancy? Sally? It's terrible that you left home without telling me. Hey, where did you and Harry move to? I'm coming over there now so you can tell me your address.
Hello, Mom.
Thank God you didn't block me. Sally, please. Let's be friends again and live together. I was actually thinking of having my daughter Nancy move in with me. But she just went off and married a foreigner. She gave me the contact information of a factory where I could live and work. But after that, she blocked me and I couldn't get in touch with her anymore. I have nowhere else to go.
What are you talking about? She went to the trouble of finding that place for you. Why don't you work there?
I don't want to. I definitely don't want to do manual labor at my age.
But there's no other way.
That's why I'm asking you to live with me.
Don't tell me you've forgotten how you treated me all this time.
I apologize for everything I've done to you. It seems I was too hard on you. I'll be nicer to you next time. So see? Please let me live in your house too.
No thanks.
Huh?
I just got to get away from my evil mother-in-law. I can't live with her again.
Well, how cheeky of you. It's a wife's duty to take care of her mother-in-law.
Harry says he's cutting ties with you.
What?
He feels terrible about not noticing that you were bullying me. He apologized to me in tears, and he never wants to see your face again. He doesn't think of you as his mother anymore. That's what Harry says.
Come on now, wait a minute. If even you guys abandon me, I'll be all alone. I have nowhere to live. What am I supposed to do now?
If you need a place to live, there are dormitories at the factory.
But I don't want to work as a live-in worker.
Well then, just sleep in the park.
In the park? What a thing to say to your mother-in-law.
I'm just returning the favor. Then I'll follow my sister-in-law and block you too. Goodbye. My mother-in-law, who left her house in tears, started a part-time job as a live-in worker. Rumor has it that she is the oldest person in her workplace, but she cannot do her job at all. She is constantly being scolded by the younger, more senior employees every day. My mother-in-law has a lot of pride. I'm sure she must be feeling miserable. I hope she will take this opportunity to reflect on her past behavior. As for me, after I left my parents-in-law's house, I moved into an apartment with my husband, Harry. I can only thank my sister-in-law for helping me. When I was living with my mother-in-law, every day was like hell. Now, I am the happiest living with my kind husband.
Nate, I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore.
Huh? What's wrong?
I'm breaking up with you.
What? Oh, hold on. What is this all of a sudden?
I just can't handle being with you anymore.
Hillary, please calm down and tell me what's going on. Why can't you handle being with me anymore?
Seriously, Nate, come on. Are you actually going to pretend like you don't know?
I don't have to pretend because I legitimately have no idea what brought this on all of a sudden. It was something I did or said that I'm sorry and want to do better, so please, let's talk about this, okay? What happened to make you feel this way?
Oh my god, there's no point in me even telling you. It's not like it's something you can actually do better about.
You're still not making any sense. What is it? What's wrong?
It's your family, Nate.
My family?
If your family is really okay with living in that complete dumpster fire of a house, then that gives me serious doubts about trying to build a future together with you.
What? What do you mean dumpster fire? We do have one house that's about 50 years old, but we've been taking pretty good care of it. It's not like we've completely abandoned it. We do regular inspections, monthly cleanings, lawn mowing, and all that sort of thing. So I don't really think it's fair to call it a dumpster fire.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. You don't even have the self-awareness to see that your house is disgusting. How can you bear to live like that? I can't build a future with someone from a family like yours, so I'm breaking up with you.
Hillary, I think you're under a big misunderstanding. Look, this is not a conversation that we can have by text. Let's meet up and talk, okay?
Not a chance. I am never talking to you again for as long as I live. If we should ever meet on campus or in town, I'm just going to ignore you and pretend that I don't know you, so you do the same. Got it? Goodbye. Hey, Nate. Long time no see. How are things? It's me, Hillary, remember? I I just saw you on TV and oh my god, I couldn't believe my eyes. You're the biggest rags to riches story I've ever seen. You grew up in that rundown old house and now you're filthy rich living in a huge mansion. They should make a movie about you. Anyway, let's meet and catch up. I'm in the mood for French, I think. I've never tried caviar. Do you know any good places? Oh, and then maybe we could go shopping for a new handbag for me?
Hey, Nat, got a minute? Wow, great timing, Sean. I was just about to send you a message. Let me take a stab in the dark. It's about Hillary? Yeah, she randomly texted me out the blue this afternoon and started blowing up my phone with texts and calls. None of which I answered, obviously. But it seems like she wants to get back together with me. Do you know anything about this, Sean? Oh yeah, that psycho chick has been going through every single one of our old college friends trying to find out as much information about you as she can. What the? Why now? What do you think? That oblivious moron somehow got the idea in her head that you were dirt poor. And now that she knows you're rich, she wants to get back together. You've got to be kidding me. It's been 7 years. Yeah, well, with Hillary, the only thing that matters in a guy is how many zeros are in his bank account balance. Apparently she's looking to settle down with a rich guy to take care of her, so she's been frequenting all the upper-class hangouts where the young entrepreneurs go. And I guess she figures that since the two of you have an established history together, maybe she has a chance to get back together with you. Not a chance in hell. Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. Oh, but anyways, everyone knows what the circumstance of your breakup were, as well as the fact that nothing good can come out of getting involved with Hillary and all her schemes, so they just all left her on red. Well, that's a relief. For now, I think I'll just keep on ignoring her like I have been. That's probably for the best. So, yeah, I'll just ignore the messages and calls for a while, monitor the situation. If you hear any new information, let me know as soon as possible, okay? You got it, bro.
Hey, Nate. So I was thinking about our date. I don't think we really decided on when we would meet up yet, right? I just remembered what you were saying during your TV interview. You took over your dad's company and started instituting a bunch of quality of life improvements for your employees, right? Like adding remote work options, more flexible hours, that sort of thing. So it sounds like you're probably at home a lot of the time. That means we'll have tons of time to see each other. Awesome! So, tomorrow, I went ahead and made a reservation at that fancy new French restaurant downtown in your name for 12 noon tomorrow. I'll see you at the restaurant. Hey, Nate, have you left your house yet? This is kind of our first date in 7 years, and you're running late? Like, really, Nate? I'm gonna head into the restaurant. Text me when you get here, got it? What is your problem, Nate? Where are you? Standing me up on our first date in 7 years? What kind of man are you? I expected you were going to pay the bill for dinner, so I didn't bring my wallet. What am I supposed to do now? Hurry up and get down here to pay the check. If you're gonna be my husband, you're gonna have to prove to me that I can rely on you, understand? Hey, wait a minute. Are you ignoring my messages? They aren't getting marked as read.
Hey, Sean, this is getting out of hand fast. Yeah, I heard. Did she seriously book a reservation in your name, expecting you to pay for her lunch? She's been blowing up my phone for 3 days. Yesterday, she made up plans for a date with me at some fancy French restaurant. And then, just like you said, actually made a reservation in my name in a place that cost at least $100 a plate. And then she went to the place, declared that I would be paying for the meal, and get this, then she starts telling me that we're getting married. Eesh, what a nut job. You're telling me. Did you hear anything else about that? Yeah. A friend of mine actually works at the restaurant she went to, and according to him, when the manager told her to pay her bill or he'd call the police, She started crying her eyes out, and then just called her parents and they paid the bill. Good God, what is wrong with her? She was name-dropping you big time, saying that you'd be very unhappy with the way she had been treated. I think it's safe to say she'll try using the same tactic again, so be on the lookout. You might want to put the word out, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'll be making some moves on that front soon. Thanks for letting me know.
Hey, Nate. So my parents kicked me out of their house last night, and since I have no place to go, I'll go ahead and move into your huge mansion so we can be together all the time. I'm getting on a bus right now. I'll see you soon. Oh, that's right. The city courthouse is on the way, so I'll go ahead and submit our marriage certificate since I'll be in the area anyway.
Whoa, hold on.
Nate? Nate, is that you? You finally answered me.
Yeah, because I had to stop you before you go doing something really stupid.
What do you mean? Anyway, like I said, I'll be over there soon, sweetie. I can't wait to start our new life together. I'm the luckiest girl in the world to have a husband like you.
I've been married for 3 years, Hillary.
What?
Which you would have found out anyway if you actually went to the courthouse, but I figured I'd save you a pointless trip.
You're not fooling me. I've been asking tons of people about you, and no one said anything about you having a wife.
Yeah, no one said anything to you, period, because they were all in agreement that they wouldn't tell you anything about me.
What do you mean?
Don't you remember? After you dumped me, you went around to everyone telling them that I'm a poor loser living in a broken down old house. Don't tell me you didn't notice how they reacted to that.
You're making zero sense. When I broke up with you, you were a poor loser living in a broken down old house. I was just telling the truth. What's wrong with that? You didn't even have the self-awareness to realize your house was so trashy. You were completely low class. Were you trying to forget your childhood trauma by pretending you actually lived in the big fancy house next door?
Wait a minute. A dumpy house next door to a nicer house.
Yeah? Seriously, how could you be satisfied with such a low standard of living while looking out of your window at what a real house looks like? At least you seem to have come to your senses now.
Let me confirm something. Is this house you're talking about on Millwood Drive? Blue siding, 2-story, big walnut tree in the side yard?
Yeah, pretty sure that's the one. I don't know what a walnut tree looks like, but it definitely was 2 stories and had blue siding. Now that you mention it, they put a picture of it up during your interview on TV the other day. Yeah, that's definitely the one. And you got so rich that you were able to buy that big mansion next door, right? I guess me breaking up with you gave you the drive you needed to finally make something of yourself. You're welcome. And now you're finally getting the biggest reward of all, me as your wife.
I didn't buy that house.
What?
It was already mine. I grew up in that house from the moment I was born.
Huh?
When I took over my dad's company 2 years ago, he put that house and all the rest of our property in my name too. That house next door, the one that you said was old, run down, a dumpster fire, and that sort of thing. That was the house my dad's pets lived in.
His pets?
Yeah, he's always had a thing for reptiles. He has a ton of them. Chameleons, geckos, lizards, you name it. My mom, however, can't stand the sight of them. So he brought the roughly 50-year-old abandoned house next door and transformed it into a sort of private zoo where he keeps all his reptiles. Might look a bit old from the outside, but he renovated the entire interior when he bought it, so it's pretty nice in there now. He also changed it so the main entrance is on the back side of the house, so it's easier to get there from our property.
Oh, wait. So that's why I saw you going in that house all the time?
Yeah. Back when we were dating, my dad got a bit of a nasty flu that put him in the hospital for a while. And I was the one who took care of his pets while he was away. I'd stop in there first after my classes were finished, feed the pets, clean what needed to be cleaned, and then go home. That's why I would always go in there.
Oh, Okay.
It's strange that you knew about me going in there, though, since I never invited you over to our house. Don't tell me you were following me.
Well, I mean, I was your girlfriend and you never invited me over to see your house? That's weird, isn't it? I figured maybe you were hiding something from me. Then, well, I saw you going into that old house and, you know.
Hillary, we were only dating for 2 months. We had this conversation at the time, too. I told you that I wanted to get to know you better before I took you to meet my parents. I didn't want to feel like I was being rushed into our relationship.
Well, thanks for telling me about how you felt. Wow, it feels really good to have such a deep conversation with you. And now that we've finally reconnected, I am more hopeful than ever about our future together.
What relationship?
Our marriage, silly! I'm at the courthouse right now. I'm gonna go submit our marriage certificate.
Were you listening at all? I told you I'm married.
What?
Did you seriously ignore the single most important part of this conversation?
I guess it must have slipped past me.
That's no excuse. You said you watched my TV interview, right? Did you also happen to miss the portion of that interview where they interviewed my wife?
That's who that was? I thought she was your maid.
You must have had cotton balls in your ears too, because the segment where we talked about how we met and our honeymoon was a full 5 minutes.
So, it's true? You're really married?
So like I was saying, don't waste your time. Even if you try to submit it, they won't accept it. Got it?
But...
And this is where I exit this conversation.
Hey!
I made the mistake of not blocking you when we broke up 7 years ago, but I'll be remedying that in short order.
Nate, stop, please. Didn't you hear me? My parents kicked me out of their house. I don't have anywhere else to go. You have to help me.
No, I don't have to help you. You're an adult. Figure it out for yourself.
Nate, please, let me live with you. How can you do this to me?
I was concerned for a while that Hillary might try to storm into my house, regardless of my warnings. But her parents had realized that she was about to do something stupid again, and they caught up with her and dragged her back home. Apparently, they had set a condition for paying the very expensive bill at the restaurant the other day, that she would get married to a friend of her father's who happens to be in his 50s. She tried to back out of it after they had already paid the bill. But they told her that if she didn't go through with her end of the bargain, they'd disown her and kick her out to the curb. It was at that point that she came up with her master plan of getting married to me. Too bad for her, I was already married. That day, Hillary actually did turn in a marriage certificate to the courthouse and it was accepted. Why is that, you may ask? Well, Hillary had forged my name onto a marriage certificate, thinking that once it was accepted, there wouldn't be anything I could do. However, her parents caught on to the plan. While she was out, they took the marriage certificate she had signed and forged my signature on, then swapped it out for one with her name and the man they wanted her to marry. What a big-time backfire.